The perfect law. Did you know there is a perfect law? Did you know that this perfect law is the very foundation upon which our republican form of government sits upon? Perfect. Perfect means complete, not defective, to carry to the end, to finish or complete so as to leave nothing wanting. Our founding fathers wanted to make sure that our foundation could support us to the end, that it would have everything it needed to fulfill its intended purpose. What is law? A law is that which is laid, set, or fixed. A rule, particularly an established or permanent rule, prescribed by the supreme power of a state to its subjects for regulating their actions, particularly their social actions. Laws are imperative or mandatory, commanding what shall be done. The laws which enjoin the duties of piety and morality are prescribed by God and found in the Scriptures. The supreme power. Who is the supreme power in a state? Let's look at the Indiana Constitution, Article 1, Section 1, for our answer. It says, "We declare that all people are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights." Inalienable rights are rights that cannot be transferred to another. That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That all power is inherent in the people. Inherent means it belongs to us, it's attached to us. And that all free governments are, and of right, ought to be, founded on their authority, and instituted for their peace, safety, and well-being. For the advancement of these ends, the people have, at all times, an indefeasible right to alter and reform their government. Indefeasible right means it cannot be made void, and this applies to all Americans. Who are our subjects? In the Georgia Constitution, Section 2, Paragraph 1, it says, "All government of right originates with the people, is founded upon their will only, and is instituted solely for the good of the whole. Public officers are the trustees and servants of the people and are at all times amenable to them." Amenable means they're held accountable and liable to us. Review. So the people within the states are the ones with the supreme power and authority. We establish the law, that which is laid, set, or fixed, using the various state Bill of Rights or Declaration of Rights and their constitutions. Who would be our subjects? The elected representatives hired to apply the law from these documents. What is the perfect law? In James chapter 1, verse 25, it says, "But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed." That's from King James Version of the Bible. Here's another version. "But the one who looks into the perfect law, the law of liberty, and perseveres, being no hearer who forgets, but a doer who acts, he will be blessed in his doing." That's from the English Standard Version. What is liberty? Liberty is freedom from restraint, in a general sense, and applicable to the body or to the will or mind. The body is at liberty when not confined. The will or mind is at liberty when not checked or controlled. A man enjoys liberty when no physical force operates to restrain his actions or volitions. Volition is the power of willing and determining. What is natural liberty? Natural liberty consists in the power of acting as one thinks fit, without any restraint or control, except from the laws of nature. It is a state of exemption from the control of others, and from positive laws and the institutions of social life. This liberty is abridged by the establishment of government. Civil liberty. Civil liberty is the liberty of men in a state of society, or natural liberty, so far only abridged and restrained as is necessary and expedient for the safety and interest of the society, state, or nation. A restraint of natural liberty, not necessary or expedient for the public, is tyranny or oppression. Civil liberty is an exemption from the arbitrary will of others, which exemption is secured by the established laws, which restrain every man from injuring or controlling another. Hence, the restraints of law are essential to civil liberty. Liberty Review. Liberty is the ability to live one's private life without others trying to control or restrain you. It is an exemption from the arbitrary will of others. It is the right to pursue happiness as long as you do no harm to others or their property. True liberty is living as we should, not as we please. In the South Dakota Constitution, Article 6, Section 1, it says, all men are born equally free and independent, and have certain inherent rights, among which are those of enjoying and defending life and liberty, of acquiring and protecting property, and the pursuit of happiness. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. And this applies to all Americans. In the Delaware Preamble, it says, through divine goodness, all people have by nature the rights of worshiping and serving their Creator according to the dictates of their consciousness, of enjoying and defending life and liberty, of acquiring and protecting reputation and property, and in general of obtaining objects suitable to their condition, without injury by one to another, and as these rights are essential to their welfare, for due exercise thereof, power is inherent in them, and therefore all just authority in the institutions of political society is derived from the people and established with their consent to advance their happiness, and they may for this end, as circumstances require, from time to time, alter their constitution of government. And this applies to all Americans. Defending liberty. Our founding fathers established that we the people have a right to liberty, but also the right to defending liberty. Defending means maintaining uninjured by force or by reason, securing from evil. The blessing. There is a blessing that comes with working to preserve the liberties of the people. In James chapter 1, verse 25 in the King James Version Bible, it says, but whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he be not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed. In summary, the Founding Fathers established liberty, the perfect law, as the very foundation of our rights. This right comes directly from God. We the people have the established right to live in liberty and to defend liberty. Government was established to secure and protect our rights of liberty, to live free from control, and to benefit the people. Government has not fulfilled this duty, but instead has issued requirements for licenses for hunting, fishing, driving, purchasing arms, vehicle registrations, insurance, and much more. This is not liberty but control, and this does not benefit the people but government. Government was established to benefit the people, not to control and rob the people. Government is not to benefit itself, but rather the people. James Madison said, I believe there are more instances of abridgment of freedom of the people by gradual and silent encroachments by those in power than by violent and sudden usurpations. Thomas Jefferson said, experience hath shown that even under the best forms of government, those entrusted with power have in time and by slow operations perverted it into tyranny. He also said, the issue today is the same as it has been throughout all history, whether man shall be allowed to govern himself or be ruled by a small elite. There is a blessing in doing the work of liberty. We have a lot of work to do in restoring the liberty of the people. No one will do it for us. We have to do it ourselves by demanding and standing on the perfect law of liberty and making sure those we elect are held accountable and responsible for understanding liberty and upholding it. The first step is understanding it yourself and then teaching others as well. Knowledge is power. Share the knowledge.